I was like, oh, I don't think I'm going to do penny sleeves, but then I realized the only sleeves I really have now are, well, the penny sleeves. And I have a heck of a lot of them, so I'm not so worried about penny sleeves. Don't know if I'll need more than that. The decks are 41 cards. What decks? What decks are you talking about? Well, these ones. Shards of Alara, Grixis, Undead. Shards of Alara, Bant, Exalted. Between the two, my favorite shard is Grixis. Well, between all the shards, my favorite is Grixis. So we're starting with Grixis. The value. It's just disappearing. Oh, there went the value. It's not the most expensive one. All right, so there's a 15 card booster pack. That's going to go right over there. I'm not going to look at that. That's going to be, I'm doing Grixis, so that's going to be my sideboard. And the other one is going to be, assuming Michael wants to do this again, Michael's sideboard. What? Got it. So, Vein Drinker is the card for this one. I just clipped my nails for you guys. So it's a little hard to open these. Alright. So these inserts are the how to play inserts. I know how to play. I was hoping they would go in the garbage, but one stayed on the counter and the other went on the floor. So, like I said, Vein Drinker, card number 41, the foil card. Flying costs 4 and a black to get out. 4 and 2 black to get out. Wow, it's been a while since I've done. How's my lighting? Because my lights aren't on. Might be easier to read the cards with the lights on, Josh. Oh, you don't say. Vein Drinker, 4 and 2 black. Vampire creature, 4/4 with flying and red. Tap. Vein Drinker deals damage equal to its power to target creature. That creature deals damage equal to its power to Vein Drinker. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Vein Drinker this turn, it's put into a graveyard. Put a +1/+1 counter on Vein Drinker. So it's not if it dies, it's specifically if it goes into the graveyard. So, like, I don't think anything in here has, like, anything that keeps things exiled in the Bant deck. I know there's not any in Grixis. So we have our Grixis staple here, which costs 7 mana, 2 blue, 3 black, and 2 red. Cruel Ultimatum. Sorcery. Target opponent sacrifices a creature, discards 3 cards, then loses 5 life. You return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand, draw 3 cards, and gain 5 life. So this might seem a little bit similar to one of Nicol Bolas's abilities? I think so. Can't remember off the top of my head, but that's a very Grixis thing. Like, you do stuff, and I get the stuff that you did back. Essence Drain deals 3 damage to target creature or player, and you gain 3 life. See? Essence Drain, 4 and a black. It is actually from, I think that's core set 10. And then we have our mana fixing here. Obelisk of Grixis costs 3 of any. Tap, add blue, black, or red to your mana pool. So that allows you to get, like, if you have 3 blue mana, you can start getting out things that cost black mana or red mana. Oh, these are some of my favorite black-red cards. This is Blightning. It deals 3 damage to target player, and then that player discards 2 cards. I forgot how much I loved this deck. Oh, it's so good. I have no clue what's in the Bant deck, though, so it might be something pretty interesting too. Couple of Agony Warps. Blue and a black. Target creature gets -3, -0 until end of turn. Target creature gets -0, -3 until end of turn. It's an instant. Notably, it's not another target creature, so they can you can do that both to the same creature if you wanted to. Make it to where you can take something out a lot easier. That's a big blocker, maybe. Or maybe just kill something outright and then reduce the power on something else. Terror. Destroy target non-artifact, non-black creature. It can't be regenerated. Staple black card right there for the time. Now it's destroy target creature is kind of the equivalent to this. It doesn't have the extra text on it usually. Bone Splinters, 1 black. Sorcery. As an additional cost, you have to sacrifice a creature, but then you destroy target creature. So there's that. Dreg Reaver. Just a 4/3 zombie beast for 4 and a black. In Yu-Gi-Oh terms, vanilla card. Nice flavor text though. Okay. Firefield Ogre. 1 blue, black, red. Creature, ogre, mutant. First strike. And Unearth. Unearth is the Grixis mechanic. So, for this one, the Unearth cost is blue, black, red. If you pay that cost, return this card from your graveyard to the battlefield, it says to play, and it has haste. Remove it from the game at the end of the turn, banish it. If it would leave the battlefield, Unearth only as a sorcery. So some of the wording has changed since then, but it means the same thing. Pretty doop. Of course I didn't put my phone on vibrate. Now my phone is on vibrate. Couple of incurable ogres. 3 in a red, ogre mutant, 5/1. Pretty straightforward. If there's nothing to block it, it deals 5 damage. If there's something to block it, unless it has 0 power, it's just dead. So, if there's a way to give that trample, that would be perfect. I don't think there is in this deck. Gravedigger. When Gravedigger enters the battlefield, return target creature card from your graveyard to your hand. 2 through, 2 through. 2/2, 3 in a black. Nice zombie card. Very staple for graveyard recycling at the time. It's not so much a staple anymore. I think it came back in return. What was it? I can't remember the name of the set. Pretty sure it was a Golgari card, but I'm not 100%. Fleshbag Marauder. When it comes into play, each creature sacrifices a creature. 2 in a black, 3/1. So it could be this, or you could have something weak out that you sacrifice instead of Fleshbag Marauder, but Fleshbag Marauder is a 3/1. So usually it'd be itself, but not always. Ooh. Cataract Creeper. Blue, black, red cost. Horror with Death Touch. So if it deals damage to a creature, that creature dies. Destroy that creature. It can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. And because of how Death Touch works, that means you can kill 2 without giving it any power bonus. Blood Cultist. Tap. Deals 1 damage to target creature. Whenever a creature dealt damage by Blood Cultist this turn is put into a graveyard, put a +1/+1 counter on Blood Cultist. So 1 black, red, 1/1. This pairs nicely with Vein Drinker. So if this doesn't kill it, you could hit it with Vein Drinker or vice versa. If it only needs 1 more damage off, or, well, Yeah, because this always deals 1 damage. This, however, increases because it's equal to its power. So it's a good combo, because this can get big while also increasing your Bane Drinker, if they're both out and they can actually take care of your opponent's creatures. Hidden Horror. 1 and 2 black, 4/4. When it comes into play, sacrifice it unless you discard a creature card. So you need to have cards in hand in order to play this. That's why it's so cheap for a 4/4. Vithian Stinger, 2 and a red. Tap, deal 1 damage to target creature or player. It's a 0/1. Unearth. Basically unearth to hit something for another 1 damage, which also pairs well because it gets haste. So also pairs well with the other 2 tap to deal damage cards, because you can get it back to deal that 1 extra damage. I believe this is the last creature. This is the last non-land in the deck. Okay. Dregscape Zombie. I always said Dredgescape or Dredge Horror. I never realized there was no second D in there. Dregscape Zombie. 2/1. Unearth. For 1 black, and it costs 1 and a black. The undead of Grixis are fueled by their hatred of the living. Then we have our lands. We have Grixis Panorama, which you can tap to add 1 colorless mana to your mana pool. So if this was reprinted, it would have the colorless mana symbol. 1 tap, sacrifice Grixis Panorama. Search your library for a basic island, swamp, or mountain card and put it into play tapped, then shuffle your library. So if you don't already have the colored land you need out, this is mana fixing. It's another Grixis Panorama. Crumbling Necropolis is also another mana fixer. Enters tapped, and it taps for blue, black, or red. There's 2 in here. And then we have our standard mountain, swamp, islands. Remember, this is a 41 card deck, so there's not as many land as usual. I'm just going to go ahead and sleeve these and switch over to Bant. Sleeving up my favorite intro deck. Sleeving up my favorite intro deck. So this is my second copy of this deck, technically. I don't necessarily have all the cards anymore because there was a stint where I was selling my collection. Didn't end up selling most of the cards. I decided, I like these too much, why am I selling these? So I have a fairly large collection that's just getting larger. The first card game I really got into was Magic. So I remember the core mechanics pretty darn well for Magic. That doesn't mean that I won't misplay at some point if we do actually do the verses. So feel free to roast me in the comments for saying that I know the rules pretty well and then I misplay. Sleeved up my favorite intro deck. Alright, Bant. Exalted. I know nothing about this deck except that I am ruining the value by opening it. Whoa. Oh, this one does not want to open that way. Okay, I guess we're ripping the whole box this time. See this little thing in the other box I was able to rip out. Not this time. All right. Oh, that looks like a very different booster. So that's good. I won't get them mixed up. Blue, black, green, red, green, white. Oh, interesting. That's a Johnny shard. Once again, we have the how to play and I think it's basically the deck list. How to play and deck list. Oh, that box is definitely rich. So there we go. How to play and yeah, deck lists. Still missed the garbage. All right. Sure. It's pretty good about keeping in focus. Battle, Grace, Angel. 3 and 2 white. So it's monocolor. Same as this one, but it costs 1 less, so it's a little bit easier to get out. Creature, Angel. Flying, Exalted. Oh, that's the mechanic. Oh, no. Oh, no. So Exalted is when it attacks with, whenever a creature you control attacks alone, that creature gets +1/+1 until end of turn. So if you have Exalted, 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 they stack. So if this 1/1's attacking, it's a 4/4 if it's attacking by itself. So you want to keep these off your opponent's board. So any card I have that can destroy Battle Grace Angel will be used against it, and anything else with Exalted, because it also procs for itself. So this is a creature I control. Say it's a creature I control, okay? It's the only creature I control. But when I attack with it, because of Exalted, it gets the +1/+1, so it's a 5/5. So it benefits from its own Exalted. So things I need to keep off the board. Kiss of the Amesha. Target player gains 7 life and draws 2 cards. For a white and a blue, that makes sense, 7 life and 2 cards. Do they have something like the Grixis card? Oh no. Oh, I remember this deck now. Oh no. Oh no. Played this in a card game. I think on the Xbox 360 one. Excommunicates. Put target creature on top of its owner's library for 2 and a white. So this is a lot more mono color heavy than the previous, than Grixis is. Grixis is a lot more like multicolor. Angelic Benediction. Enchantment with Exalted. And then whenever a creature you control attacks alone, you may tap target creature. So, you know, a little bit of white control here. If you don't know what pacifism does, oh boy. 2 and a white, enchantment aura, enchanted creature can't attack or block. Oh boy. I can still tap for activated abilities though, so Vein Drinker could still like do damage. But then Vein Drinker couldn't attack or block if this is on it. Wave Skimmer Aven. 2 green, white, blue, flying, Exalted, and a 2/4. Alright. Seems a bit high cost, except that if you get a lot of the Exalted out, it then seems like it's a low cost. Knight Captain of Eos. 4 and a white, it's a 2/2 creature. When Knight Captain of Eos comes into play, put 2 1/1 white soldier creature tokens into play. 1, and sacrifice a soldier. Prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn. Oh! Okay. I wonder if there's other... did they splash a whole bunch of token creation in here? Hold on. Or is that the only soldier tokens that you're likely to get? Oh, those are the only soldier tokens you're likely to get. Okay. Woohoo! 2 Rocks Warmonk. Green, white, blue for a 3/4 with lifelink. That's 3 different colors. So it's not super easy to get out, but it only costs 3 if you have your mana sorted right on your board. So could be a little bit. Wild Griff. 2 white, 2/2, flying. That's it. Of course, if other things have Exalted, like the next card here, then they will just get boosted when they attack. What I don't like is when something has Exalted and Vigilance. Ugh. Or something has Vigilance with Exalted on the... Oh. I spoke. Guardians of Akrasa. 0/4 Defender for 2 and a white has Exalted. So Defender just means it can't swing for an attack. It can still block, but it doesn't have reach, so it can't block things in the air. Older cards than this would be a creature wall, and walls can't attack. But now that's been changed a little bit. So I spoke, and it came into existence. Green, white, Vigilance, tap for a green mana, 2/2. Why did I speak? Why did I speak? Those are the only, I hope, Vigilance cards in the whole deck, though. So, so what Vigilance means is when it attacks, it doesn't tap. 2 white for strike, exalted 2/2. Pretty straightforward there. Again, it's annoying, it has exalted. 1 and a white. It's a 2/2, Knight of the Skyward Eye. 3 and a green. It gains +3/+3 until end of turn. You can only activate this ability once each turn. Play this ability once each turn. That is... Huh. Well, I'm glad we have upgraded our vocabulary, because I'm not playing that ability, I'm activating that ability. Scentail Hawk, 1 white, flying 1/1. Pretty standard for the time. Cheap flying creature for white. There's other flying creatures that are basically the same thing. 1 mana, 1/1 flying. They're just retrains usually. They're not called... Are they called retrains in Magic? They're probably not. A Crossing Squire, 1/1 for 1 white, exalted. There we go, that's the last penny sleeve from that pack. It's a lot more penny sleeves than they look. Then we have our lands. We have the equivalent to the Grixis tricolor land here. Seaside Citadel. Enters tapped, green, white, or blue mana. And then the Bant Panorama, which is the same thing as the Grixis Panorama, but for some reason it was after the tricolor lands in this one. Tap, add 1 colorless to your mana pool. 1 tap, sacrifice it to search your library for a forest, plains, or island card and put it into play tapped. Then shuffle. You know, looking at this, this is probably a really good matchup. And then we got our islands, plains, and forests. Just gonna sleeve these up real quick. I will pull a handful of sleeves out of here. That is way too many. That's still too many, but not near as much. Wow. Shove the rest back in there. Of course, we'll also have the boosters for sideboards, and I'm not opening the boosters now. We're going to be surprised by what's in the boosters. All I know, there could be planeswalkers in both of them. Ajani could be in there, but not Nicol Bolas. He didn't come out until I believe the set after Shards when Bolas showed up. So Grixis doesn't have a planeswalker. We'll also have access to basic lands if we want to splash in another color. I'd show the boxes again, but the Bant one is ripped. So we're just going to be like, whoop. Don't forget to put in the comments which one you think will win. If we do indeed do a versus, just which one you would think would win if they fought each other. And thoughts on what might be in the booster packs. Because this could be anything from Shards in here. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.